Hello there, how are you? Welcome back. Well, today I'm going to show you how I spray foam this end wall in my kitchen. Now, on the end walls that are facing the exterior of my little Bardominium I have going on here, I utilize spray foam. It ties all of the metal studs together. It really makes this wall just solid as it could be. With that being said, preparation when utilizing spray foam is key. Now, I opted to spray the kitchen in two parts just because it's been so long since I had done it. So I basically taped off from the stairs to the door right here. Got everything basically covered up so I wouldn't have to deal with any overspray. And I want to say it probably took me the better part of about an hour, hour and a half, give or take. Again, preparation is key. It makes cleanup a snap. You don't have overspray that you have to deal with. The other thing to note is these spray foam kits, they actually have an expiration kit. So when I first started prepping this, I had an old kit that I had purchased. It's been sitting out in the barn for I want to say probably the better part of a year, year and a half. I looked at the date and I thought, it's sealed. What can it matter? Well, it matters. When I went to spray the old kit, it basically just came out like water. So stopped what I was doing, threw it into the trash, ran back up to the big box store, purchased a brand new spray foam kit. Now just know I actually, when I was at the store, made sure the expiration date was a good date on the new spray foam. Brought it home, and at that point, this is the old kit. You shake it up, and the new kits, when you get them, they actually come pre-assembled. They already have the spray handle, and the hose is already attached to the containers. So it just is as simple as putting a little bit of Vaseline on the end of the spray handle and then putting the tip on it. You spray the spray foam initially into some kind of a container where I did was I sprayed it into my trash can that had a plastic bag in there. That way I knew it was coming out properly. I wasn't going to have issues with it going up here on the wall. And then I started spraying. Really, as easy as you're looking at it here, that's how easily it goes on. And then the nice part is you spray it on, just take a break, take your tip off, put a little Vaseline on the end of your little spray gun, put a new tip on it, and let the spray foam expand itself out. That way you don't end up with a ton of areas that you ended up putting too much. And as you'll see coming up, it limits how much you have to trim this foam back. So the R factor of the spray foam is 6 point something per inch. I ended up putting about 2 inches in between all these studs, and then the nice part about it, this foam is the high density foam, so it's basically waterproof. It creates a vapor barrier, it fills any gaps, it kind of just super glues everything together. And where I have my ceiling joists running there, it really even seals around them because they actually are holding the loft up, but they go through that exterior wall and out into the actual barn area. So again, I got, great sealing for any penetrations that I may have come through there. And I also got great support in between these metal studs. So when I go to attach the cabinets or whatever to them, they're not going to be um, kind of flimsy or lightweight, if that makes sense. Now, as you're seeing, I don't have any protection over the camera, and there is minimal um, overspray coming out. And then I'll give you a close-up of this in just a little bit where you'll see that it's minimal overspray. So this first day when I put my suit on, I had the actual hoodie portion of it all the way up. Yeah, the second portion of the wall from the left side of the door there over, when I actually sprayed that, I didn't realize it until after I was finished, but I hadn't even pulled the hoodie up, and I did not end up with any of that foam overspray in my hair. And that's just giving you, a little close-up. Those studs are the equivalent of the 3.5 inch, just like a 2x4, and it filled that bay up about halfway. Now this kit was the 200, which you get, I think, if I remember correctly, you get 200 square feet off of it. I just really like the way it seals behind the outlets, it seals around the plumbing, it seals around the beams, and how it just makes all of those studs just solid. And just that easy, the area was cleaned up just by rolling everything up. So this is the next day. Excuse me. This is actually the next day. All I did with the spray foam kit, again, when I was finished the first day, took the tip off that I had used to spray it. I ended up putting a little Vaseline on there, putting a new tip, and it was sealed and good to go. The next morning here, you shake your canister up to mix everything together. The tip's already on there, and you're ready to go to town after you prep out your area. Now the other thing that you'll notice about this wall compared to that first section of the wall that I did is I actually have wooden 2x4 studs running up along with the metal studs. And the logic behind that is I do plan to put a few overhead cabinets on this particular wall. Wasn't sure exactly what I was going to do, so that's where I just put the wooden studs alongside the metal studs. That way I would have something wood to tie into when I hung the cabinets. Now something really cool here, and you'll see in a later video after I get the drywall up. This is a pot filler that I just spray foamed around, and it has the big swinging arm that you can actually fill up your pots for like canning and different things. But that thing has come in so handy, filling up my Berkey, filling up the dog's water pan. I mean, if you have your wall open like this and you can add a water pot filler, to your kitchen, oh my goodness, it is so worth the effort. Again, here I'm just changing out that tip. So I'm taking off the tip that I used to spray this section of the wall. Put a little bit of Vaseline on the end of your gun. Snap a brand new tip on there, and this will hold everything in the state that it's in until you go to use it again. Again, prep is key. You see how quick this area cleans up? Let the foam set up. That way everything's dry. Fold it up in the plastic. Boom. That easy. It's done. And then take the time to trim anything that you may have overfilled. Don't wait until the next day. It cleans up. It cuts so much easier if you do it while it's fresh. And there you have it. It is just such an amazing installation. Alrighty then, I want to thank you all for stopping by. Have an absolutely wonderful and blessed week.